Hello everyone, it's Mirak here. Today will be part 2 of my review of Rise of Shadows. Today we'll be starting out with here. Mark Shot, the Hunter spell. Common for 4 mana, deal 4 damage to discover a spell. Is good in Hunter. I mean, Discover is always, quote unquote, drawing a card. So drawing a card is always good in Hunter. Hunter, last identity is no card draw, or barely any card draw. I mean, that might not be the specific class identity for Hunter, but you generalize Hunter as a class that doesn't have many card draw cards, and this one will make Hunter just a little bit better because a lot of the core cards in the metagame for Hunter is rotating out, especially the Death Hunter and the Death Knight, Deathstalker Rexar. That's rotating. So Hunter will be dramatically more weaker in Standard. The next card I'm going to be talking about is Batterhead. 8 mana, 3 attack, and 12 health. Rush. After this attacks and kills a minion, it may attack again. There's also neutral epic card. What immediately comes to mind is Priest with Inner Fire Priest. More commonly in the current metagame, Wall Priest. This would be really great in it, because it can just batter through a lot of enemy minions. It's the name Batterhead. I really like it. I mean, it can be good in zoo type decks if you're facing a control deck. I mean, regardless if you're zoo, you're not gonna survive till turn 8, and if you do, this card will help out in that situation. So, moving on, we have Duel. 5 mana epic spell for Paladin. Summon a minion from each player's deck. They fight. So this kind of works like Dirty Rat, but not really. But it could really make the combo deck you're facing a little more awkward, because the enemy will have one of their minions come out of their deck and one of your minions as well, and they will fight. So most likely you will want your Tyrian Forgerings, healthy minions, or Death Rattle minions, or things that have taunt or poisonous even. Poisonous would be great, but you're not gonna fill your deck with poisonous minions just for this one card. I mean, maybe, but I don't really see that as an option, because you're gonna lose a lot of tempo until turn 5. And say you play Duel, you play a poisonous minion, then one of their minions come out, they Mechathune. That would feel good for you, because you killing Mechathune with a poisonous minion, that's pretty cool, because most likely you will win the game because of that. Any other kind of Paladin deck, I don't know. I mean, maybe you put in lots of Death Rivals, lots of healthy minions, high-powered minions, high-attack minions, I don't know. I mean, can it be good in the arena? Maybe. We will see how it goes. The next card we'll be discussing is Muckmorpher. 5 mana epic, 4 attack, 4 health. Battle Cry transform into a 4/4 copy of a different minion in your deck. Means same kind of effect you want to do. You want to have a poisonous minion, you want to have Mechathune, you want to have, what else can there be? A cheap way to pull out, what's that dragon? Malagos, for instance, or, Shadowmark. What do you really want? I mean, it would be a copy, so it's not that punishing. But would you really want to transform into a Shadowmark? The battle cry of that particular minion is not gonna go off. So I think most likely you would want Malagos to be pulled off of this. What other minions? They're quite powerful. Being a 4/4 copy. Things that have rush. Things that are charge. There are not really as many charge minions as before, so rush minion. That'd be 4/4. I'm not really sure. I mean, there could be that minion that I just discussed earlier, the 3/12. That if it kills something, you can play it again, or attack with it again. Maybe that might be an option. That could be maybe the most reliable option, honestly. Is this good? I mean, it's more of a fringe card right now. Yeah, it's basically, you play this in the late game. It's a 5 mana Malagos. If you did not draw Malagos before that. Now, I'm not really sure if this is really going to see much play after the initial release, like say after the first 2 weeks. This might not see much play. I could be wrong, this could be a sleeper card. You never know. But the design of this card, I mean the art of this card, I should say, is pretty terrifying. You would not want, I mean, this, the Muckmorpher is basically what nightmares are made out of. Wait, let's move on here, before I get nightmares. Eager Unduling, or Warlock. 4 mana rare, 2 attack, 2 health. Death Rattle, give 2 random friendly minions +2/+2. This really reminds me of Fungalmancer. Since Fungalmancer is rotating, is this the Warlock version of Fungalmancer just a bad version? I mean, maybe. Is it actually good? Not really, because if this really needs to die, one thing, you need to have minions on the board when this dies. That's another thing. And your opponent wants to deal with your other minions before this one. So is it kind of awkward for the opponent to deal with it? I mean, do you get your mage and you facing a warlock that has this? I mean, would you just play Flame Strike? I mean, most likely, Eager Underling is mostly can be played in a zoo type deck, or even with this card right here, the Plot Twist. which hence the name, it will be a plot twist to your whole game. Now, plot twist, a 2-mana rare spell, also for Warlock. Shuffle your hand into your deck, draw that many cards. This card will really work really well with Betrug, because you have Betrug on board, you play Plot Twist. That's gonna be crazy, because you don't, Plot Twist doesn't really deal with anything on the opponent's board, so you have Betrug on board, you play Plot Twist, and your opponent has multiple enemies on board. Plot Twist Betrug combo can really be good, especially because Betrug does some copies of the minions that get summoned from Plot Twist in effect. But more obvious choice would be the Elic. So you play Elic, well, optimally you want to play 2 Elics. You can pair 1 Elic into Plot Twist. That's pretty good, because you're shuffling not 1 hand but 2 hands into your deck. So it's a much better version of, say, that warrior card, Dead Man's Hand. This is just a better Dead Man's Hand that just is more reactive, I guess. So Plot Twist, some combo potential versus Plot Twist. You play Elic, you play Plot Twist. You put 2 hands into your deck. You draw that many cards. If you have 2 Elics, you play Plot Twist. You put 3 hands in. And of course you want Plot Twist to have at least 5, 6, or 7 cards in your hand, excluding Plot Twist and your combo mechanism. And I like this card a lot. It's very flexible, so to speak. And you can just play Plot Twist by itself. It's fine. Play Betrug with it. It's better. Play Elic with this. That's the best, most optimal situation. And guess what? You can play more than 1 Plot Twist. Say you have Elic, you play this, and you have another Plot Twist in hand, you get 2 more Plot Twists in your deck. You play 2 Elics, and you have Plot Twist in your hand besides this. You put 3 Plot Twists into your deck. That's pretty cool. I like this card a lot. I'm rating this right now. If all the cards were out, this is definitely 5-star card, if not the best card in the set right now. If it was released today, Plot Twist would be the best card. And moving on here, before I get my whatever in the bind, we got Vendetta. 4 mana, rogue rare, spell. Deal 4 damage to a minion, cost 0 if you're holding a card from another class. This has flexibility as well, because 4 mana, 4 damage, if something doesn't feel terrible. I mean, this really opens up the theft rogue archetype. I mean, makes theft rogue that much better, because you're dealing 4 damage to something for free if you're holding cards from another class. I like this card for Rogue. It really fits the identity very well. So another card here, we have Duel. Another Paladin. Wait. We did this one already. Sorry about that. My editor is just not in a great mood, I guess. Wants to troll me. I am there. I'm into here. Oh, wait a minute, we got magic trick. 1 mana mage, rare spell. Discover a spell that costs 3 or less. That's pretty cool with that new minion that got released. You play spells, cheap spells. This one, the that 1 mana Ray of Frost. You play this, you play 2 Ray of Frost, you play coin, and you play that 2 mana minion, you get 4 spells. That's pretty cool. Other than that, you're still discovering a cheap spell, which is not too bad. In playing this in Wild will really make the quest that much better. But we're talking about standard here. This is just a good card on its own. In that cheap mage archetype, it's good. That's it. That's all you can say about this. It's just good. 9 lives for Hunter. 3 mana epic spell. Discover a friendly death rattle minion that died this game. Also trigger is death rattle. Well, that's a mouthful. So caveat is one thing. A death rattle minion needs to die this game. There are not that many death rattle minions after this comes into play in the current rotation. I mean, say if Rise of Shadows is out now and the expansions roll out now, there will not be that many death rattle minions. The strong suit about this is if you had a death rattle minion, a friendly death rattle minion died, you triggers death rattle. That's really strong. A really strong effect. Now, if you had more than 3 friendly death rattle minions die this game, I mean, there are choices. So, is this a good card? I like it. I like it a lot, actually. And if more death rattle minions come out for Hunter, or even in neutral cards, this will see a lot of play. I mean, if it gets released today, it's still gonna be good. Moving on, we have Druid of the Acorn. Sorry for the quality of this card. I couldn't really find a better quality version. So 1 mana, 2 attack, 1 health, death rattle, add 2 1/1 squirrels into your hand. I like the flavor of this card. Acorns, squirrels, and you add 1/1 together. They're just a match made in heaven, I guess. You have squirrels in your hand once Druid Acorn dies. I mean, maybe Token Druid will be seeing more play. That's a big maybe. But if it does, this will be maybe a core card in the deck. Especially because of that line, I mean, basically Firefly switched around and a little bit different. Also common cards. Well, I don't know. Only gonna see play in the token market. In any other deck, I don't see it. I don't see this would be seeing much play in any other decks. But now we have another Druid card. Life Weaver. Also apologize for the quality. 3 mana rare. 2 attack, 5 health. That stat line is pretty good, I would say, but you restore health. Oh, whenever you restore health, add a random Druid spell to your hand. Maybe this will see play in the mid to late game because I would think you would want a lot of value off of this. So is it good? I think so. If there's some sort of health Druid archetype, this will see play. It's a big if, and Druid right now is not in too much of a great spot right now. So we'll see. We'll see if this deck actually sees play. And if it does this, we'll see a lot of play in it. And now I believe this is almost the last card. Dreamway Guardians. 2 mana also for Druid. Also rare spell. Summon 2 1/2 Dryads with lifesteal. I don't think there's many. There has been many Dryads that's playable in some way. They also have lifesteal. That's healing in effect. If the opponent just doesn't deal with the Dryads right away. This is pretty good, especially if you play the Life Weaver. Play Life Weaver, you play Guardians, play Life Weaver. Well, that's kind of awkward actually. Your opponent is kind of forced to deal with the Life Weaver. So early on in the game, you play, I made this summon. So, too bad they don't have Rush. I mean, the big if these Dryads actually survive. I don't know. Well, let me look at the previous card actually. It's, whenever you restore health. Oh yeah, that will work. Did your opponent want to deal with the Dryads? Or with the Life Weaver first? An obvious choice to deal with the Life Weaver. If you don't have direct removal or AoE. I believe if these minions are basically destroyed with an AoE effect, I don't think the lifesteal goes off, so it's just a good card. I don't really think so, actually. Kind of a weird art too. I don't know. It's just too situational, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. This is the last card. Also, finally, for Druid today, 2 mana, epic. Crystal Song Portal. Discover a Druid minion. If your hand has 0 minions, keep all 3. This really reminds me of Master's Call for Hunter. But instead of your deck requiring beasts, it's different completely because, well, yes, Discover is basically drawing, but Master's Call discovers a minion in your deck, whereas Crystal Song Portal discovers a Druid minion. If your hand is 0 minion, keep all 3. Yeah, keeping all 3 different than drawing all 3. So it doesn't thin out your deck. You just gotta be careful of your hand size. That's about it. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Because Druid minions, even though they could be somewhat on the weak side, most likely those minions need to fit into a certain archetype before it works. Is it good? I believe it is. If you get it from an arena, which being an epic card, would you want to choose this over something else? In arena, you really want minions. You're not really offered that many spells. So if you do get offered this spell, would it be good? I don't think so, because you discover most likely just one thing. Constructed. You can see some play. You will see. We'll see how good it is. And on that note, here's another one of my videos. And don't forget to click that like button, as well as clicking the little subscribe button that you see. And well, until then, see you next time.